Working?
You hear? No. That's
No.
it?
Hi. No? All right, I'm going to speak loudly. I am so happy to be home in Philadelphia, and thank you! As you may know or not know, I am from the city of brotherly love, which you are showing today is also the city of sisterly love. I'm a girls' high girl, University of Pennsylvania, taught at Ben Franklin High School, and I love Philly. Do you? However, many years ago, I moved to California, and in 1996, I had a life-changing experience that would ultimately solidify my decision to become a lawyer and fight for women's rights. I was raped at gunpoint. I was on vacation in Acapulco, Mexico, when I met a local physician. He invited me out to dinner, but he said he had to make some house calls first. The last stop was a motel where he said he had to see a sick patient. We went to the room, but when we entered, no one was there. He pulled a gun and raped me. I didn't tell the authorities at the time because I didn't think that they would believe an American girl against a well-known and respected Mexican doctor. After I got home from Mexico, I discovered I was pregnant. I was divorced and a single parent. I believed that an abortion was necessary for me to be able to survive and build a future for my little daughter, who was at the time just about 5 years old. I could barely support her, let alone another child as well. But this was in the days before Roe v. Wade, when it was illegal in many states for a doctor to perform abortions. In 1966, Section 274 of the California Penal Code read, quote, "Every person who provides, supplies, or administers to any woman or procures any woman to take any medicine, drug, or substance, or uses or employs any instrument or other means, whatever, with intent thereby to procure miscarriage of such woman, unless the same is necessary to preserve her life, is punishable by imprisonment in the state prison, not less than 2 nor more than 5 years. California Penal Code Section 274. I was forced to undergo an illegal abortion. I might add it was illegal for a doctor to perform it, but not for a woman to have it. Excuse me. The man I found told me very little, except to show up for the appointment alone. Afterward, I began to hemorrhage heavily. I called the man who performed the abortion, but all he told me was, quote, "We did what you paid for, and we're not responsible for what happens to you afterward," end quote. I was afraid to seek medical aid because I knew that abortion was against the law. And at the time, I thought it was against the law for a woman. I developed a fever of 106 degrees from the infection that resulted. I almost bled to death. Finally, like other young women in my situation, I was taken to the hospital to a special ward where women who were dying from abortions were treated. I was packed in ice. I was placed in intensive care and given antibiotics and an IV. Fortunately, I lived. Others in my situation did not. I remember one nurse coming around to me and saying, quote, "This will teach you a lesson," end quote. I'm actually not sure what lesson she was talking about, since I didn't choose to be raped or become pregnant. But no woman wants an illegal abortion as part of her life story. However, because of that experience, I am committed to being sure that abortion is safe, is legal, and is available. Do you agree?
Yes!
I don't want anyone else to have to suffer what I had to endure, not knowing whether I would live or die. from an unsafe and illegal abortion. This is what I wrote in my book, Fight Back and Win, that was published in 2006. It is because of my life experience and the life experience of so many other women I know that I am 1,000% pro-choice. It is because I know of many of your life experiences, or the life experiences of your mothers, or your sisters, or your aunts, or your friends, that you are here today. And I can assure you that we are completely under attack by certain persons from the right wing who want to take away your fundamental constitutional right of liberty, of the right to choose abortion. We will not allow them to take that from us because it is fundamental to our lives, it is fundamental to equality, and it is fundamental to everything we believe in. Yay! Do you agree? I want to thank Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania. I want to thank the ACLU. I want to thank all of the Philadelphia partners who sponsored this rally today. And most of all, I want to thank you. You came out, you stood in the cold. I have confidence that you, me, Planned Parenthood, and all the partners would be here. If it was in a blizzard, if it was raining, if it was ice, no matter what, we will not be stopped. We will not be intimidated. We will not be the victims of people's political agendas. As it has been said, if we cannot control our lives from the skin in, we cannot control our lives from the skin out. You must be active in this coming election. I won't tell you who to vote for, but reproductive health, Planned Parenthood, which gives cervical cancer screenings, which provides birth control, which provides all kinds of services, nothing to do with abortion, must be preserved. We will not let them take that from us. Poor women depend on us. Young women depend on us. Women in rural areas depend on us, not just urban areas. They have shut down clinics. They have tried to intimidate doctors and healthcare providers. I was at the funeral of, may he rest in peace, Dr. George Tiller, who was assassinated in a lobby in the foyer of the church when he was there to hear his wife sing in the choir. He risked his life for the ability to help women have abortions if they needed it, and his life was sacrificed. He was murdered as a result of it. We are going to stand up for all of the Dr. Tillers, all of the brave doctors who are helping us, all of those who refuse to be intimidated. Why? Because you matter. Your lives matter. This has been and continues to be a war on women. More women died from illegal abortions and were maimed by them than, frankly, men were ever killed in the Vietnam War. And their lives, those men who sacrificed us, were very important. But the women's lives also were very important. We will not go silently into that dark night. We will stand up for the right to choose abortion, and in the words of Susan B. Anthony, failure is impossible. Thank you so much.